Welcome to the Zebra Crossing. Today we have the great pleasure of talking with Dr. M.A. Venkatesh, who is a scholar, an engineer, an educationalist. He is the principal of Amrutvahini Engineering College in Sangamner and has won many prestigious awards like the Best Principal from Pune University and has recently received the Bhishmacharya Award from the Vice Chancellor of Andhra University. Under his leadership, many institutes have reached new horizons. First of all, could you tell us a little bit about yourself, your education and your journey?
Right. I have graduated my engineering course in 1985 from Karnataka. So in the year 1985, that was in Tumkur, my native place. Thereafterwards, I did my MTech in Mysore, National Institute of Engineering in same place, Karnataka. And I did my PhD, that is doctoral, from REC Durgapur, Bharat University, West Bengal.
Okay.
So this is my education qualification. And my interest was as a teaching as an opportunity, as a chance, have came to this course. And I did some time in industry also. And then later joined to the teaching profession. And I completed almost 37 years of my journey in this teaching profession.
Wow.
And here as a principal for the last 20 years I'm working in various institutions. In Amrutvahini Engineering College for the last 7 years I'm working. And I, as the days goes on or as the past, have felt I can do better things to the students, how I can make them to create a good engineers, something like that. It has been the age of as the days gone and experienced myself, have made this kind of things, and now I feel have done something in the education field.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. So our today's episode is about today's educational scenario. So at the time of independence, India's literacy rate was only 14%, and right now it's 78%.
Yes.
What changes do you think have impacted this change?
See, during independence, after the independence, we can say it, like post-colonial era, there was opportunity very less, and large number of institution was not established. Even primary education is a big thing, and leave apart the graduation and all. So gradually the awareness, literacy awareness, it has been, everybody's understand the education empowers a person. So during that era journey in the decades old like that, it has started, and for the last 2 decades we can see number of institutions have set up all across the India, almost all part of states, including professional courses has been started many. As our population also has increased, that also made a difference for catering the education. Now of course this kind of things as a literacy awareness started creeping. If you see our forefathers have less opportunity to have education, because opportunity was not there, no establishment. So many private players come. Not only government can take this kind of an education to the people. So this private establishment when they started, so that's how it has been increased the literacy rate. So that's how it helped it.
Okay. The education system, not only in India but globally, is often criticized for not enforcing important life lessons such as taxes and what to do in household emergencies onto students. Do you think these skills should be taught in school, or is it something you learn from experiences in the real world?
So for which I just take it few decades back, in the sense when the British came to rule our India. So that time we had a very good education Gurukul system, where now we are experiencing life skills is not there. That was well built in the system itself. So students were very strong and mentally strong as well as confident enough to do any activity, rather they can execute themselves. But these things have been systematically damaged by the Lord Macaulay, one of the British viceroys. You are aware of it. So we understand the education, this kind of education, the stronger roots in the population, unless until we destroy it. They thought of introduce their education system, and in that education system, they only made it as the job job seekers, not job creators.
Of course.
They made it this kind of tactics they played, and understand the education system is destroyed by them. Because of that only, nowadays what we feel is that education we cut off from the roots. Now we have to reinvent once again to rebuild those values in the system. And that's why the national education policy and many things have been come up into the education sector, and everybody feeling that we have to infuse the values of the life and the skills to be imparted. So that's how it has come in the picture. Earlier it was not there. So now through these skills, once you acquire the skills, we are very comfortable to do anything.
Yes.
So that kind of a system we have to create it. So that's how it is now, it's happening.
Okay. Going back on the British and independence, the ICSE syllabus was drafted in 1958 and the CBSE syllabus was drafted in 1929, which are both very long ago now. The economic conditions have changed, the technology has changed, and even the mindsets of people. So why are we still following those syllabuses?
See, what they did is, I can say that the syllabus which you borrowed from the Western countries, it is not our syllabus.
Okay.
And to match with that global standard or European standards, they recognize this kind of a syllabus which we taught, then only they'll recognize it. So this kind of like you can say web, it has been entrapped. That's why even if you see that, if you go to the America, our students once graduated, they have to give graduate appearing, test and all, TOEFL, they have to give this examination. Why? They feel that you are not suitable to start your education at our place. So this kind of things, they have been controlled, rather we can say it. So because of that, we are continuing to follow this kind of a syllabus, wherein which is not at all, we are not building our system. We are following to the global leaders, what they dictating us, rather they are dictating us. So that's the reason still it is going on. It has to be revamped. Now I understand in the CBS also they brought the new education policy, national education policy into that also. And many syllabus, they have been practical oriented approach has been introduced. So things are changing now. That is the thing now, I can see it.
Okay. As change, there is an emergence of coaching institutes and tie-up colleges. Education in India has become rather a profitable business than a necessity. Do you think it is wise for students to go to coaching institutes while enrolled in college?
See, the coaching institute, the concept has come up because we have a certain kind of examination system. What is the examination system? After 12th, you have to appear for the examination if you want to go for the professional courses. And rather, if you want to crack for IITs and all, even the NEET examinations, what they think, going there we can get better understanding of the subject. But not so, because we never taught conceptual teaching in the syllabi or during the education system. Because of that, they set pattern, they are going to practice it. So if they practice some 4-5 years of same kind of a question, all those things, so you just mug up and you're able to crack it. Sometimes normally it happens because by fluke or same question pattern comes, you do better. If something comes differently, you cannot able to do it. Whatever the coaching center you have been taught you, but unless until you have a internal stuff, that means understanding of the subject, so you cannot do it. But it is a notion, rather it is built. If you go to the coaching center, I get marks. So this is a kind of a business things is happening it. So somewhere it has to be broken.
Okay. kids my age are often told that your 10th grade marks
Yes,
are
yes,
very important and they impact the rest of your life.
Correct.
Do you think such a great pressure on our young minds is good for our mental health, and does it really impact the rest of our lives?
See, grade and all. See, normally we are never think you are capable of doing or not capable of doing. Rather than that, we are doing some grading system.
Okay.
A grade, B grade, C grade, D grade, something like that. Every individual have a capacity to do it. It's not that, see, if we see that even in our engineering education, so I've seen so many students who have been failed 2 subjects or maybe a year drop. So thereafter they came back, they studied, they done it and passed the examination and got some marks. Marks is not the only the criteria where it will be evaluate your personality, rather your merit, rather your knowledge. But how you're using it there afterwards is make the sense. So see, of course, minimum grade is required. I can understand. So maybe 60% of marks. That means you know the subject knowledge, but not necessarily should be very high rank or distinction. So sometimes, as I said, the pattern of examination, if you understand how I can score the marks, but scoring it's not make any much importance there, because unless until you can able to do something better than that. So this is how grading is only a notion that we have been made into the system. We always insist student, our peers, our wards, you should score more marks, then only you get a higher rank or somewhere you can go to the top level. So because we are seeing only unidirection, we are not multiple, omni direction we are not telling to the students. So that's the reason why pressure is created on the student mind.
Okay. There has been a great change in technology. How do you think technology will affect the future in education and the future in common human beings?
It's a nice question. Today's scenario, we can talk about technology, and technology is making life easier. So new frontiers have opened up. Never heard of it. Just if you take an example of mobile, with just another 10-15 years back, we never heard of mobiles in our life. So much knowledge have been gathering through mobiles with the internet connectivity. So this is making people's life easier. But what we should take a lessons from it, that mobile should not become we enslave for it. Rather we should have a control on our usage of mobile or make use of mobiles. So like that, AI, artificial intelligence nowadays taking a big leaps. IoT, Internet of Things we call about it, cloud computing, blockchain, deep learning, drone technology, so semiconductor technology. So there are so many fields now is opened up, and world is so fast changing, and you never know that maybe down the line within 1 week, 1 month. So how things are happening so fast. Definitely these are all become a boon for the human life to uplift the standard of life. Life becomes easy and there will be not hardship, and this technology should not cut off our human values.
Okay.
We should take a call or cautious that the roots should be protected, and this technology should not make our life miserable. So that I want to say it, and everybody should feel, I feel that they should connect with the roots, our values, our culture, and they should not affect the technology in our life.
Okay.
With this, we should go hand in hand, both technology as well as these values. Then only our life will be peace and blissful. Otherwise, you will get disturbed. We can see that how things have been making miserable to the life of in even the developing countries. So I mean these European countries. But that should be a caution for us. And let us protect our environment. Let us protect our future generations. In coming days, the technology should help them to sustainable coexist with the environment and live peacefully and enjoy the life, the human life, which is given by the gift of a God.
Taking a tangent from education to a little bit about you now, what are some of the challenges you have faced and how did you overcome them?
See, challenges, every day is a challenge. Because every year we see many students, in the sense every batch, when they take the admission in the first year, and every year they pass out, one batch goes out. So it is not unique. Every time is a different. We are different mindset are there. So the student will be having the perception, or the other students will be almost different.
Okay.
It's a 360 degree, you can say it. After COVID, I can say it. I don't say I go back so years back, but I kind of want to share it. After COVID, student got the less confidence, and of course, subject knowledge has become poor because they are not focused on the studies. They cannot understand. They are not taught offline. So all those things made the students so much demotivated or maybe discouraged. So many things happen. So now making those students also into the system and make them to good enough as a competent engineer is also a challenge.
Wow. Okay. Are there any future goals or aspirations that you're working on, and any specific projects or incentives?
See, here as an engineer, always we are aware of that there is a gap between the industry and academia. So almost people say that skill set is not there with the engineers. They are academically good, but they cannot implement when they come to the shop floor on the facing these challenges. So we have to, rather we are focusing on to inbuild the skills in the students itself, conducting various workshops, hand and visiting various industries, giving the exposure to the systems and making them to work on the various technologies which are now happening, calling the expertise into the college, and through them we are delivering the knowledge sharing to them, interacting with the alumni. So like that, many things we are doing it. And just I want to share that, see, for the last 4 years, final year projects we have been giving the students to do it. What we did it. So normally we are aware of the final year projects. As engineer, everybody knows they do some copying or somewhere they borrow it, and somehow they see that we want to do it. So now to break that system, I asked the students to select a project, and we called our alumni from the industry. They will going to evaluate that project what they selected, and if it is not good enough, they will give the corrections to make the changes in that. And once again, if they complete all kind of respect, that is satisfied, then allow them to work on the project.
Okay.
So like these projects have been doing by all the students, and we set up a competition among all the branches, all the students.
Wow. Okay.
So we exhibited the exhibition after the end of the academic semester, and then we called once again alumni who are working in the industry with the experience of maybe 15 to 20 years, something like that, who are really doing the job in the industries. They know the know-how. So that persons have been came and evaluated the project and given the grading and selected good projects. So top 3, we gave them the cash prize to the students. Same projects have been selected at the college level. It was done at a department level. Now college level we selected. Those projects once again called for academics and research persons and evaluated those things. Once again, top of the top 3 we selected. There also we give the financial cash prize for them, students. And we are supporting them for next incubation and startup. So this is the last 4 years, that journey. Now it has amalgamation of all these efforts. Now almost 19 projects identified for the patent purpose.
Wow.
It was never done like this. So this is experimentation basis. I started working on it, and I got this kind of, rather we approached in the positive direction. Now everybody, students know that once I finish the project, I have to exhibit. So for which all students are going to see it. All faculty across the department, they are going to visit. So we have to answer for them. So unless until I don't know, I not done on my own, I cannot answer it. I cannot mug up and tell it. So like this, so a competitiveness, self-confidence, building confidence rather, it has been started. Student that they can think I can do better things. There are good projects which have been selected national levels also. They got prize also.
Wow, amazing, totally amazing. What advice would you give to students about future education and the change in education?
Yeah, see, education is itself is empowering the person, number one. And during the journey, one should have a confidence. See, everybody says you should have confidence, but how to get confidence, nobody says. You ask somebody to, you have to swim it, right? But how to swim, nobody will tell us.
Yeah.
You get a rank, they say it, but how to get a rank, nobody will guide us. So we are doing that process. How to get a rank, we are going step by step, we are guiding them. So ultimately, they get a ranking. So I can relate this, how I was doing it. So we are introduced Amrutvahini scholarship.
Okay.
So the students who have scored more than 9.5 CGPA, so every semester we are giving them cash prize 6,000 rupees. So that is a small incremental step. So next semester, if you also score the same marks, I mean above that marks, once again you give 6,000. So what happens? All the semester, if you achieved the meritorious scholarship, ultimately what you are going to get it? You get a rank.
Yes.
So this is how we are planning and we are doing it.
Truly impressive. Are there any final thoughts or key takeaways?
As I said earlier, individual, every human being have unique. So everybody have capabilities. Only thing is we have to identify our capabilities. What I have, what is my strength. So I don't want to, I mean, rather I want to say that I want to take your example. Shiva came with a passion or maybe some intention, you come to the podcast. So you never thought of before it.
Yeah.
You are identify your talent. You want shown your passion for it. So like that, every student or every individual have this kind of a passion, whether hidden passion that you have to identify. For that, you have to harness it. So of course, getting a graduation is one level. Thereafter, you can choose anything. So that should not be limited anywhere.
Okay.
So I advise this, and every one of us should have a develop the self-confidence. How it will comes, once again I'll tell you. You should have physical fitness. If your fitness good, you can do all activities. If your physical fitness is there, mental fitness always automatically comes. Right? So this is like as inbuilt system. You have to create how to get the self-confidence.
Okay.
And you practice it, you get the confidence.
Okay.
So that's how things should be shaped up. Of course, other things are there to develop individually. You have to look behind boundaries, and you should not be constrained or confined to the only small areas. You have to look further.
Okay. That's all the questions I had for you. Thank you so much for your time today. It was very
Thank you.
insightful talking to you.
Thank you very much. I hope audience will be getting at least some insights what I thought of it.
Okay. Thank you to our audience for tuning in today. Do like and subscribe and leave a comment on what else you want me to talk about. Thank you.